I thought I'd hit rock bottom in my dating life, but I had no idea that the next message I'd get on a dating site would drag me into a story that sounded like a bad soap opera and somehow end with me falling in love. Yes, with a married man. And that's not even the worst part. So I was 50, single, divorced, kids grown up, and one night, after another silent dinner alone, I decided, fine, let's get on the internet and see if there are any men left who can hold a conversation without sending shirtless bathroom selfies. You know the type. I made a profile. Simple, real, no filters, no pretending I hike mountains every weekend. I clicked publish, shut my laptop, and thought, okay, universe, your move. 24 hours later, I received a message. No pickup line, no emojis, no small talk, just, I saw your profile. You look like someone who means what she says. And I swear, I just sat there staring at it thinking, what does that even mean? Is that a compliment? A warning? A horoscope? But something about it felt different, grounded. His name was Michael, 52, IT consultant, 2 photos, one smiling at a barbecue, the other standing near a lake. Nothing flashy, no flexing, no sunglasses in a dark room. So far, so good. We started talking. Nothing romantic at first, just real life. Work, books, aging, the bizarre experience of realizing you suddenly prefer orthopedic shoes over high heels. The fact that at this age, nobody is trying to look perfect anymore. They just want someone who understands. We talked for hours, the kind of hours that go by without checking the clock, the kind of conversation that makes you feel like you've known someone for years. And after 2 weeks of talking daily, he finally asked, can we meet? I had butterflies at 50. I thought those left with my 20s, along with my tolerance for cheap vodka and bad decisions. So we set a date, a little Italian cafe, nothing dramatic. I arrived early, of course, because I was not about to be the woman who strolls in late pretending not to care. I ordered sparkling water to look sophisticated, even though I drink Diet Coke like it's an emotional support beverage. He walked in, he looked exactly like his photos. And if you've ever dated online, you know how rare that is. No 10 years younger, no before the hairline went missing, just him. Kind eyes, slightly nervous smile, and the kind of posture that said, I don't chase women, I fix printers. We talked and talked, and at some point I realized the waiters had cleaned the tables around us and were not so subtly hinting that they wanted us to leave. So we walked outside and kept talking on the sidewalk like teenagers whose parents told them to turn off the lights and go to sleep. And then, on the way to my car, he stopped, took a breath, and said something no woman ever wants to hear on a first date. There's something I need to tell you. My heart sank. That sentence never leads to, I volunteer at animal shelters and bake cookies for orphans. He looked at me, steady but ashamed, and said, I'm married. And for a second, I swear the universe paused dramatically, waiting for my reaction like it was a TV show finale. I stepped back. I felt stupid, used, angry. Here I was, thinking I'd met someone honest, and he drops this on me after weeks of talking and a perfect date. He kept talking. I never planned to deceive you. My marriage has been over for years. We live in the same house for financial reasons and for the kids. Okay, classic line, the oldest line in history. I'd heard that excuse from other men before, but something in his voice felt real, like he hated every word coming out of his mouth. Like this wasn't something he proudly used to pick up women. Still, I wasn't about to become someone's midlife crisis romance, so I told him we needed to stop talking, and I drove home feeling like the world's oldest fool. But he didn't disappear. Instead, he sent one message. Can I explain? If after that you never want to speak again, I'll respect it. I didn't answer. Not that night. I poured a glass of wine, sat on the couch, and tried to remind myself that I didn't deserve crumbs. I deserved someone fully available, but the next morning, damn curiosity and its persistence, I agreed to meet one more time, in public, neutral, cafe, no romance, just truth. And that's when he told me everything. He married young. They built a life out of responsibility, not love. They stayed together because divorce was expensive, because the kids were small, because people in their families believed marriage meant forever, even if forever hurts. And then came the part that broke me. His wife had a chronic illness, real, documented. Not that she's just emotionally unavailable, excuse men use when they want sympathy. Her illness wasn't deadly, but it took away her energy, her joy, her ability to be a partner. He cared for her. He paid bills, cooked meals, kept the family running. He wasn't trying to escape responsibility. He was trying to escape loneliness. He looked at me and said, I know what this looks like, but I'm not looking for an affair. I'm trying to feel alive again. And I felt something I didn't expect, compassion. Because at 50, you understand that life is messy. People don't always leave when things fall apart. Sometimes they stay, even when it hurts, because it's the right thing. We didn't kiss, we didn't hold hands, we just talked, long and honestly. And when we left, I felt something I hadn't felt in years. Seen, I told myself to walk away. I repeated it every night. And every night I still found myself checking my phone to see if he messaged. Within a week, we were talking again. Not like lovers, like two people who had found a place to breathe. We talked for months. Dinners, walks, long drives with the windows down. We laughed like teenagers and cried like adults. And then came the real secret. The one that was even bigger than, I'm married. His youngest child was not biologically his. He found out 6 years earlier. His wife had confessed. And instead of blowing up the family, instead of leaving, instead of revenge, he stayed. He said, the child sees me as dad, and I won't be the one to break that. I sat there staring at him and realized this wasn't a man running away from responsibility. This was a man buried under it. And I fell in love, not because he was perfect, but because he was real, flawed, human, and trying to do the right thing even when it cost him his happiness. But here's the part I never expected. He told his wife about me, not as a confession, not as a threat, but as a moment of honesty. She cried. She asked if he was leaving. He said no, He would stay, he would continue caring, but he needed something for himself too, something that kept him from going numb. And she said, "I always knew this day would come." No screaming, no broken plates. Just two people who had lived in different emotional worlds for years finally acknowledging the truth. Our relationship wasn't the passionate explosion I imagined in my 20s. It was 2 cups of coffee at the kitchen table after long days. It was sharing dreams at 10 p.m. without makeup and filters. It was real life. Sometimes love is not fireworks. Sometimes it's a warm light in a dark room. But before you think this is a fairy tale, here's the reality. We couldn't be together fully. Not yet. His kids still needed him. His wife still needed support. And I wasn't willing to be the woman who tore a family apart. So we made a choice. We would give each other what we could. Time, connection, honesty. No secrets, no lies. At 50, you realize love isn't always about having someone every night. Sometimes it's about having someone who understands your soul. But here's the beautiful thing. 16 months later, the situation changed. His wife stabilized. The oldest child moved out. Financial pressure eased, and he told her he wanted to start divorce proceedings. She agreed. No hatred, no bitterness, just acceptance. She once told him, "You gave me more loyalty than I deserved." And now we are together. Officially, publicly, no secrets, no shame. And when people ask how we met, I joke, on a dating site. And then, in a plot twist, if you're still watching this, here's what I want you to take away. Life doesn't end at 50. Love doesn't expire. Stories don't stop being complicated just because we grow older. We are all just humans trying our best, and sometimes the best things in life start with the sentence, "There's something I need to tell you."